She was a Scientologist, and she was just about ready to leave. She was dissatisfied with them. She had a minor car accident, and she went to a hospital. While she was, in kind of a bad condition, they took her out of the hospital. They went down and claimed to represent her. They locked her in what they call their Fort Harrison Hotel, and they played audio tapes of L. Ron Hubbard speaking over 17 days because they believed that was going to cure what was wrong with her. Over that 17 days, she dropped down to 95 pounds. She was completely dehydrated. She had cockroach bites on her hands and feet. She had puncture wounds in her face, on her back, bruises all over her body. And when she stopped breathing, they passed one real hospital, they passed a second real hospital, and they took her to a third hospital where a Scientology doctor was on staff. And she didn't live. She died. And her autopsy report and her autopsy photos are online. They've been lying to their members, telling her, oh, it was just some simple pulmonary embolism. It could have happened to anybody. We've had people defect from there, and they've come out and told us that that's what they've been told. And so we're out here educating them as well as the public that she didn't just have a pulmonary embolism. She died a horrible death. And she's not the only one who died. I mean, this guy here also died in the Fort Harrison. He had the skin boiled off his body. Nobody knows why or how the hell that happened.
Nobody's like really researching?
Well, I mean, the police show up and nobody talks to them and explains like what's going on. These...
Is that just enough to...
Well, actually, in her case, criminal charges were filed. And if you go online and you research her, they actually started like stalking and harassing the coroner. And the coroner finally changed the coroner report right before the trial, saying it could have been an accident. And the prosecutor went nuts. I mean, the prosecutor was really upset. However, the family still sued Scientology, and I don't know how many millions they got out of them for her wrongful death. But yes, there are incidents where Mark Headley is a former Scientologist out in California. He's written a book called Blown for Good. He actually tried to escape one of their compounds and was run off a highway, and they tried to drag him back, and the sheriff's department out there saw that, and they actually like interceded, and they actually had to rescue him from Scientologists. And these things go on all the time, and I don't know, and I don't understand why the government seems to be so afraid of these guys. This is essentially, there's almost nobody left. I mean, they got, there are more people in this organ than these handful of people, but there's no new public coming in. I mean, the word is getting out, people are wising up, but we also have to make it safe for them to leave, because they have this practice called disconnection. Let's say you're in Scientology. In fact, we had a guy out here who recently got arrested. They filed a false stalking complaint. He's out here exercising his constitutional rights. Been out here for 2 years protesting, and I guess they got tired of him. But he's a former Scientologist. He was one of the people that worked here. They came out one day and they gave him this yellow piece of paper, and it's called a suppressive declare. And when you get one of those, and when Scientology gives you one of those, L. Ron Hubbard, their founder, wrote that once somebody gets one of those, Scientologists can do anything they want to them. They can destroy the person, lie, sue them, do anything they want. They are the enemy of the human race, and they have to be fought to the bitter end. So he got that. Within a week, they're filing false police reports, and they have a history of doing these things. And every time somebody gets one of those, they're posting them online. So I love the internet. It's like whatever these guys attack somebody, people will film it, it goes right up on the internet, and they'll say, we don't do these things. It's like, buddy, I got video of one of them coming out here doing this to him. It's just nuts. And I want to make it so that, and we talk to people inside, and there are some of them that want to leave, but they're scared of what will happen to them. If you're in Scientology, like let's say you're married and your wife is in Scientology and you decide to leave, they will tell her to handle you. And if she doesn't, she could be declared a suppressive person. She has to either disconnect from you or force you back into the church. Now, you can believe whatever you want, but you just can't hurt people. I mean, that's just not right. So, if you want, I can give you one of these little cards. You're free to read up on it, or you can Google it, or whatever you like. There's some websites. Feel free to check out their website too. I mean, look at both sides. But it's a battle that I'm out here because I just don't like seeing people looking like this. I don't like seeing people who exercise their constitutional right to protest being targeted. It's not the right way to do it. So, all right, man. You have a good day. So Scientology got one person. I didn't see do the stress test out here, but she did go inside, and she basically came out with little, I think one of their little DVD things and a shrink wrap, whatever. So Scientology got one person routed in today since I've been here. These other two young ladies apparently went in just for fun. I mean, this is it. This is the mighty DC org, the founding Church of Scientology. And this is what they've been reduced to. Pretty wild.